Hello and welcome. This is Lisa McCardle of Inner Wisdom Awakening, and I am here with your February energy update. What a wild ride we are on, becoming new humans, this journey as we usher in the new earth. February promises to bring you more opportunity to expand, to heighten your awareness, and to support the collective in this wild ride of becoming new humans that we're on. So let's look a little bit at the numerology, the astrology, and then I'm going to give you 4 things that you must know that are the main focus for this month, and some tools for you to be in the preparation of receiving them as such. So be sure to stick around to the end, get those 4 tips and 4 focus points to really gift you with an opportunity to optimize this month of February to work with you in the highest way. So, from a numerological perspective, we are looking at a 7-month. We take the 2 of February with the 2021, which is a 5. This is a 5-year. It's the year of change, change. That is what you can count on for this year. This month, bringing the 2 to the 5 gives us the 7, and 7 is always it's a beautiful number. It brings its own set of opportunities, as everything does. It's deep, it's wise, it's your intuition, it's this inquisitive desire to know, to connect. If you look at the number, it goes straight across heaven and brings itself to earth. So it's really bringing the wisdom, anchoring your higher sense and sensitivity, or your heaven wisdom here on earth plane, which indeed is what we're doing as we become new humans and we usher in the new earth, is it not? So this month really supports that. You're also going to note it can be a very dreamy, kind of whimsical, kind of otherworldly sort of expression, and that is definitely going to be noted especially as we move into the sign of Pisces as the month continues. So it symbolizes the depths, the deep desire of knowing, to really gain clarity. And as we are moving through a lot of distortions and illusions, the desire at soul level is for truth, is for wisdom, is for knowledge. And that's what's really happening here in this month for us. You might also notice that the 7 gives you the opportunity to explore, like, what is complete for you. So some things that you've said yes to that you might be revisiting. Do I have the energy for this? Is this serving me in this now moment? It's a real great opportunity, both from the lens of the 3D of things we've created in 3rd dimensionality or said yes to. The 7 gives us this opportunity to revisit, to revise our commitments, our desires, where we extend energy in the exchange of energy. So a lot of things are up for review within that. A lot of reorganization, giving you an opportunity to choose the new, because that is what we are doing here. Astrology, just a little astrological overview. On the 1st of February, Venus moves into Aquarius, so you will have that expression of greater compassion, greater love, right? Greater feminine kind of exploration. And we also have Mercury in retrograde that began on the 30th of January and continues on to the 20th of February. And Mercury is retrograding in Aquarius as well. So there's a little bit of an opposition there. So you might feel the push and the pull, like this desire to be in this love frequency. Mercury brings in the communication. So you might want to be communicating in a higher love frequency. But then there's also the retrograde aspects that can make things a little topsy-turvy. So move slowly, be very mindful, pause before you share your words, and make sure that they match the intention of your heart. Then we go into, because misunderstandings could be on the rise, of course. We have the new moon on February 11th, and that gives us a lot of that introspection, new beginning, again, matching that energy of like, if this is not for me anymore, it is to be released, whatever it is. And it's also giving this inquiry, like, who and what is for me? Who and what is with me? As we're going through this destabilizing frequency of becoming new humans and seeing with real eyes and gleaning greater clarity and understanding, there really can be an experience of feeling of isolation. The old is becoming fragmented and fractured, and it's confusing. And the new or clear sight isn't always available. So there's this real crossroads and cross threads of opportunity, and that new moon is really going to heighten that. So it's for you to get into an introspective space in the new moon. Find your grounding and find your communion and trust that you are not alone. And the full moon, then we finish out the month with a full moon in Virgo on the 27th. And this encourages you to take a closer look at like life, work, energy exchange balance on your inner and your outer plane, and really just to see where your energy might be overextended or leaking, or perhaps not optimized to be in the exchange that you desire. So that's the overview. The 4 things that Spirit came through of saying that it was to be like the intention or attention of this month. First and foremost it's a lot about the self, was self-inquiry. Really giving you the capacity and the space and the desire to really look in the inner lens, to get into this, what is my truth? If I strip everything externally that influences me away, what is it that I know? What is my truth? What do I believe, even if it doesn't make sense? We're really being in this inquiry because we're deconstructing the old 3D, which is the illusion play, and the new foundations of what is in greater harmony, what is in greater reality. Of course, that is all about perception. But what is more real hasn't yet been able to be completely identified. So we're in this really weird cross phase. And your self-inquiry really keep coming back to, how does this resonate for me? Does this feel right to me? What feels true within me without a need to explain it externally is what I'm getting. How do we optimize that self-inquiry, that self-truth? It's by turning off the outside distractions. Turn off the television, get out of social media, get out of media, get out of outside influences, get out to get in, get out of it, let it all go and go in. What is true for me in my inner landscape, in my inner workings? The 7 gives you the opportunity of increased spirituality, increased focus, increased clarity. So that inner lens inquiry, that self-inquiry is more available to you now. So please, by all means, optimize it. You will feel called into being quiet, to being on the internal lens and gaze. Move as you are called to move into your self-inquiry. Remember that you are sovereign, which is the next word, self-sovereignty, defined as the ability to choose the direction of one's own life. You are sovereign, you are source. So the self-inquiry moves into this ownership of self-sovereignty, right? Where you really begin to understand that you are the exclusive authority to what it is that is right for you in any given moment. To own your own wisdom, your own body, your mind, your truth. It's personal freedom. It's self-determination. It's the pursuit of liberty. And this is on a very personal, interpersonal level. So we have self-inquiry that brings us into a greater wisdom of what is true and right for us in each now moment. We have self-sovereignty, where we really come into the claiming of what it is that is for you, and knowing that nothing has sovereignty over you. It's all the illusion that we've been playing in. So there's a claiming of this. Brings us to the 3rd powerful offering for this month of the 4, and that is sight. It is sight. It is eye of heaven, right? The 7 brings across heaven to earth. It's like you have the sight of heaven upon you, with you, available to you. So that sight often is of an inner lens, right? It's this inner lens of understanding, of clarity. And we go through this self-sovereignty, this self-inquiry. We bring in self-care. We use our tools to get to that sighted part of yourself. You can expect a lot of ahas, a lot of revelations this month. And when we kind of zoom out of our reality, we will also be able to have clearer sight with our real eyes as we realize some of the things that might be true for us that perhaps we have not given space or allowance to explore. It's always I suggest often, like, if I could experience anything at all, what is it that I choose, right? So it's of the choosing for you to move into and asking for sight. Now, this is also going to have effect upon your real eyes, your sight. We have greater capacity as we're moving dimensionally into higher resolution, is what my guides are saying now, like higher resolution for real eyes and a divinely lit sight. So expect that you're going to see a lot, and this could be in the world at large, but it can also be, we have capacity for greater vision of multidimensional frequencies, right? Of color, of sequences of frequencies. We're seeing more and more rainbow lights and formations and clouds and stars and light. Like, our real eyes, our sight is coming online, and that is both metaphoric and actualized. So play with your sight. What do you see with your real eyes? And the last of this brings us to our final S of February, which is spirituality. So this is a very, 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 very incremental, massive increase of spiritual awareness. Now, we are definitely, walking up each stair, each plane as we move into higher and higher dimensionality. February feels as if it gives you a rocket ship, a boost of acceleration from a spiritual perspective. The 7, right? The number of heaven to earth. This is new earth. You are here as a conduit of soul expression on this earth plane in this now moment to be part of this birth. And no, this is not easy, but it is worth it. It is worth it. It is worth it. So steer the course, stay present, know that your spiritual understanding, not just yours, but of the collective, is the volume is turning up. So the illusions and the density and the disconnect and kind of the amnesia of third dimensionality, the haze, the veil, is lifting, not for one, but for all of us. That brings you into a greater understanding, a greater knowledge of you as a soul being. Your spirituality is coming online at an extraordinary level because, as you know, you are a soul being having a human expression. But we have been in the human expression and denied the spiritual aspects of that expression collectively for far too long. So as we come online to our awakening, to our ascension, it is coming into the realization, the ownership, the acceptance, and then allowing that to express through you, that you are a sovereign spiritual being, and that is your predominant frequency. And as all the rest collapses, that is the light that shall shine the brightest through. It's you as your light frequency that shall shine through in the brightest way. I am sending so much love to your light. Here we are together in love. With love, we rise as one together. We've got this. The time is now. You are never alone, and you are dearly, dearly loved. Thank you for your service. Have a blessed month.